Right then, lads, welcome back to Cossy's Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy. We are back again with my match reaction. Arsenal 2, Newcastle 0, and finally, we are back to winning ways. It's a game that I thought we would win. It's a game that I thought actually means a lot. Arsenal back to winning ways. Arsenal bouncing back after that 4-0 defeat against Liverpool. It wasn't the easiest of games, guys. It wasn't the easiest of ditches to climb from. But finally, yes, we have done it. Arsenal 2, Bukayo Saka, what a goal. And Gabriel Martinelli, what a goal. Who was your man of the match? That's the biggest question that I would ask on every game. Who was your man of the match? I thought Lokonga had a good game in this one. Nuno Tavares all over the place as well had a very, very good game, and of course we'll try to dive into the individual performances of the lads. But I feel like a couple of players actually had a very, very good games. I feel like Partey never had a good game. I think Partey didn't have a good game. One of them. I think Aubameyang didn't really have a good game. Had a stinker. Lacazette, another stinker when he came on. Odegaard had a good game. But who was your man of the match in that game? And what are your talking points? Are you happy? Are you pleased that Arsenal are finally there? Back to winning, guys, and then back to winning ways. And of course, that is what we're gonna be discussing in this video. Make sure you smash a like on the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and make sure you join the family by by subscribing and doing all the good things. You know what we're talking about when I say that. So guys, let's get into it. Look, in the first half, I felt like the lineup we went for was absolutely on point. Absolutely on point. Martin Odegaard replaced Alexander Lacazette. That is the only that is the only change that we had. Ramsdale started in goal. Everyone expected that. Ben White, Tomiyasu, Gabriel, and Nuno Tavares. I'm gonna say something. I was really surprised and I was really happy that the manager actually decided to go for decided to start Nuno Tavares. I was really happy because he really had for me, he had a stinker against Liverpool. He made a couple of mistakes as a young player, and it was really criticized. But in this game, the assist for Bukayo Saka, that was impressive. That was really impressive. And I'm gonna say I was impressed by the lad. I was really impressed by the young lad in this game. But look, I think the back four didn't change. I'll talk about Chiellini in a minute. Maybe we need to talk about Chiellini and the future and what it means for him to start games again. But in the midfield, Thomas Partey, Albert Lokonga again, another player that has that has had a very good game today. He had a poor second half in the Liverpool game, and he was actually subsequently withdrawn from that game. But today, Albert Lokonga, very good performance, very good game throughout the 90 minutes. Actually, if you saw it, Partey was actually off, and Albert Lokonga seemed to be the player that was actually on in this game. I don't know if we watched the same game, but for me, Partey was absolutely off in this game. And then the other one, in the midfield, Martin Odegaard replaced Alexander Lacazette. Odegaard had a very good game. Odegaard had a very brilliant game there. So you have Martin Odegaard as well, of course, replacing Alexander Lacazette. Smith Rowe, a slow day in office today for Smith Rowe, but I feel like his performance was just enough. Saka, good performance, good goal. He tried until he scored. And then Gabriel Martinelli, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang had a poor game, but Gabriel Martinelli comes on for Saka, and what a goal. So we're going to be diving into all that, and of course, most of the talking points right from the first half. So in the first half, guys, I'm not even going to lie, I was disappointed. In the first half. We should have buried that game. The lineup we started with is just similar to the lineup that we have always been using throughout the games, throughout all the 3, 4, 5 games that we played in the Premier League. That is the same lineup. But I was quite disappointed. One, we failed to break the deadlock against Newcastle, we were always passing it around, passing it around. Our passing was not lethal. Our passing was not sharp. They didn't really play a low block that I thought. Of course, they had many players behind the ball, and everybody's going to say, Cossy, it was a low block. I don't feel like it was that low block that we couldn't break. And we had some moments there in the first half. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, I'm disgusted. I'm absolutely disgusted with Aubameyang. You know me, guys. I'm always a Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang defender. I always defend Aubameyang. I always talk about Aubameyang, in a positive way. I hold him in high regard. But in this game, I don't get it. I don't get it. First and foremost, he's absolutely switched off. His minds are away. He's not there. He's not the player. He's not the captain that we desire to see on the pitch. And away from that, on top of that, what a miss in the first half. Guys, what do you have to say about that? For me, I have to say one thing is give Martinelli more time. Give players like Gabriel Martinelli more time. Because again, look, Gabriel should have scored 3 or 4 goals. But the reason as to why Gabriel Martinelli is getting the chances is because he's getting in those areas. You don't see Aubameyang getting there. You don't see Aubameyang wanting. You don't see Aubameyang feeling that he wants to be in those places. When as soon as Gabriel Martinelli comes on the pitch, there is a difference. There is a massive, massive difference. And look, I'm really disgusted by Aubameyang. I'm really disgusted. Less than 5 yards. Less than 5 yards. That chance was less than 5 years, because Saka does well, crosses the ball in. I think it is Emu Smith-Rowe who gets a powerful header on it, but Martin Dubravka does well, punches it away, and it falls onto the. Oh my God! I can't believe it. I absolutely can't believe it. The ball falls onto Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, and there he thought that was the moment, but it was not the moment. I don't know what happened. I do not know what happened. I can't explain that. I can't say anything about that. It was a very, very disgusting moment for me. That was a chance for us to get 3 goals. That was a chance for Arsenal to get a lead early in the first half. And everyone who sees a 0-0 early in the first half might think we actually didn't do well, might think we are not actually good enough. We were good enough. We did everything in our power to get a goal in the first half. So Aubameyang, guys, today I'm not defending Aubameyang. Poor performance, first and foremost. No attitude, no heart, no nothing. I don't know if it's because Lacazette didn't stop, but I say this: we can never play 2 players because one supports the other, right? It's not right. We don't play 2 players because they played well together. You play a squad. We play a whole team. And so for me, Aubameyang, that miss, he was off. He was absolutely off. Man was in Dubai. He was dreaming. I don't know what was thinking in that, in those moments, but he was absolutely off. If you have seen a player at any point in time, off in a game, like he doesn't care, like he doesn't give a D, that was Aubameyang. In this game, he was absolutely disgusting. But of course, guys, again, let's talk about Jonjo Shelvey and Aaron Ramsdale. Because look, yes, they didn't score, but they came close. Actually, you may feel like we had the better chance to score, in the first half, but it was not even on target. We didn't put it on target in the first half. There, Liverpool. Sorry, why did I say Liverpool? Newcastle got their chance on target. And I feel like that is the difference they had in the first half. And I said it, we always need to put our chances in. We always need to create more chances, and we always need to make our chances exactly decent. Aaron Ramsdale is the reason as to why we didn't concede a goal in the first half. That was a super save. That was a super save to deny Jonjo Shelvey in the first half. And I think, again, you might say this or you might not say this, depending on what you want to say. I'm going to say, again, that in that game, we were rescued by our goalkeeper. We were rescued in the first half by Aaron Ramsdale. Another masterclass, another beautiful save. Look, I think it was one save in that game. 1 or 2 saves in that game, and they did the job. Got a clean sheet, but also kept us from trailing against the Newcastle, because the moment they could have scored in that game, they were gonna build in confidence. They were gonna get everything they wanted in that game, and I was really, really scared that if they had scored, they had scored a goal in that game, they were gonna build in confidence. It happened against Brentford. They scored 3 goals against Brentford, and you saw it. With the moment they scored, they got they got brilliant. They got confident. They started building momentum in the Brentford game, and they scored 3. Of course, Brentford there scored 3 as well. And the only shield we had against Newcastle was our proper defense, the organized backline. And yes, again, yet we had a very, very, very good eye. We had a very, very, very good, machinery right there in the back four. But of course, guys, Ramsdale deserves some, deserves the shout out. Deserves the shout out in that first half. Going into the second half, I thought Newcastle, actually, I was really surprised by the way they approached the second half. They started game management right away. I didn't expect that. I always thought they would try to score. I always thought they would try to, at least get moments in the game. They didn't. They actually didn't do that. Actually, what I thought, would happen was the exact opposite. They came on for game management, and maybe it's because of the new manager. Maybe they're afraid of losing games. I don't know. They were away at the Emirates Stadium, away from home on the road. They wanted at least to get a point in that game. They started game management in the second half, and that was our chance to finish the game. And yes, guys, yes, we did. Bukayo Saka, let's talk about that goal, and let's talk about that boy. Honestly, guys, I want to say this. Saka has been brilliant all his life at Arsenal. He's been brilliant. Whenever he's been on the pitch, whenever we have had him, he's been brilliant. It's so scary that actually goes off with an injury. I hope he doesn't actually stay out for long. But that goal, what happened? right? You know. So look, guys. Second half, we were brave. Brought on Gabriel Martinelli, and I thought that was the difference. That was the difference. That goal, he scored. Of course, it's a combination of two players, Tomiyasu, getting in, his contribution, and of course Gabriel Martinelli, with a beautiful finish. But look, that was a good goal, guys. That was a good goal. That was a good goal. And look, the rest is history. 2 goals, 2 goals, 2-0. But some of the talking points I'm gonna say about in that game is we didn't create enough in the game. We didn't create enough. We need to start creating more chances against clubs like Newcastle. That is when we're going to score many goals. That is how we're going to score many goals. And look, anyone might say, the team did well and things like that, and they're happy, but we need to start scoring more goals. We need to get in more goals. We need to get in, more points. We need to do that. We need to score more goals. We need to create more chances. I feel like maybe instead of going for a defensive midfielder, like Zakaria, Arsenal should go for someone that can actually help the team in terms of creativity, especially deep in the midfield. Because for me, that is what is lacking. That is what we are lacking. Creativity. And we saw it in the Newcastle game. We could have done better, but we didn't. But anyway, guys, beautiful game. Beautiful game. Let's move on to the next one. What are you guys saying in the chat? Bukayo Saka, man of the match. Good evening, bro. Very great performance. Jovre says Saka, man of man of the match. Guys, is only experiencing this blackout, or everyone else was wrong. My screen has had actually blacked out. I don't know what actually happened. So guys, that's the game, and those are my thoughts. I'll speak to you later.